Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about flipped classroom. Alright, so flipped classroom is basically lessons that are conducted outside of the classroom. So how would it be conducted is what I will be discussing in this video. So flipped classroom is an approach to teaching and learning activities where students watch a video outside of the classroom. Alright, so the lecturers are required to make a video if they want to, or provide supporting materials that can be accessed online by the students who use a particular website to gain access to these materials, okay, such as Moodle or e-learning or even Google Classroom. Alright, so how effective is flipped classroom? Alright, in some countries where learning is not accessible due to weather conditioning or maybe other factors, this method would allow students to have an ongoing lesson without needing to be present in their classroom. Right, flipped classroom of course has its own challenges. Okay, it's for students that have no access to internet or devices that can enable them to access would be a problem. So basically, what is required for lecturers or teachers to have to conduct a flipped classroom is first the equipment. You need a laptop, a phone, a smartphone, or an iPad. A desktop would also work. Okay, you need a gadget. And then what are the other platforms that you can access to using flipped classroom? Number one, of course, you have YouTube. You can also use a blog channel. You can use Twitter, Moodle, MindOmo. There's so many. Even Facebook can be also used to gain access to it. So what are the learning objects? Okay, I already mentioned YouTube. You can also use Adobe PDF, where you can share materials online. Also Microsoft, of course, and PowerPoint, where you can also do a screencast, which is what I'm also doing, so your students can follow through the lesson by looking at the PowerPoint, at the same time also hearing the teacher lecture on the required on the topic of the day. So how does it happen? How do you implement it? Number one, prepare a video. Alright, prepare a video of the topic that you want to cover, and the video has to have a proper quality, or else your student's going to lose focus of it. Alright, and then number two, share the video in whichever platform you have been using for your students. Okay, for example, in the previous video I spoke about Google Classroom. That's also a good platform where you can share because all students have access to it. And then number three, by watching the video, give a few notes so students can actually write it down. Okay, don't just lecture. We need to also provide proper quality video lecture that is that students can take notes from. Okay, and then number four, so now you want to do a hands-on activity or a group discussion. That is where the traditional classroom comes in. So basically, students are prepared before they come into your lesson, and all you have to do during lesson is to work on maybe a quiz or a project. So you do not have to spend 3/4 of the time lecturing where students just look at you. Most of them probably bored. So flipped classroom helps students to be prepared before lesson, and then when they come in, all they have to do is practice what they have already learned. Okay, the theory part has been covered outside of lesson. Now would be a practical part inside the classroom. So that is my take on the flipped classroom. It is quite effective to some extent because we have different students with different learning ability, especially for students that prefer hands-on activities. This flipped classroom has been quite useful to them. Alright, so that is all for today.